Kyrei, did you feel like this was the defense's best performance of the season tonight?
I would say, down the stretch, we are playing our best football, and I would say, if not the best, close to it. We were on point. There was a lot of execution. There was a scheme in this week, and it was probably the most simple scheme that we've had thus far, and it just allowed us to play fast. And Coach Bray always has the best schemes for us. So, if not the best, close.
You guys, you played. Your defense have played pretty well throughout the season, but it seems like at Reeser you guys take it to another level. Is it simply just the fans behind you that get things going? Or?
Oh, man, home turf and the fans. Beaver Nation is just amazing, which so playing here in front of our crowd is just, it's all the juice that we need. It gets us going. And then protecting the home turf, people don't come in here and just run us over. So, that's our mindset every time we play at home, and that's what we're going to do. We look to run people out of our stadium.
What did you see on the interception? What happened on that play?
So interception, it was a quick three-step drop. Quarterback's looking to the boundary. He doesn't see me. I'm just pretty much melting, which means that I'm following his eyes. He throws the slant, and it's just right there in that window. Nice tackle, KT.
Did you think you were going to score?
Oh, did I? Oh, man. Me and KT, we've already been laughing about that. He's already saying how sorry he is for tackling me, but, it's all fun. We still got the interception, and we still scored on offense, so it all works out.
Cal wasn't going to run the ball a ton just because of the game script or anything, but to hold him to 9 yards is pretty impressive. What schematically was working for you there to hold him to – that's got to be far and away the best total.
Right. D-line, playing lights out. When you get a strong push like that, guys stepping in, who may have not been playing much, making plays, executing, everybody on the same page. When everybody's on the same page, that's the type of stuff that happens. When people break big runs on us or they get big plays on us, it's because we're not executing. So when we're executing, you can expect that 9 yards less,
After last game, just a tough loss, to come back home, kind of just what was your mindset going into the game? Was there anything about last week that you wanted to make sure that was on your checklist to get done tonight?
Right. It was a very tough loss last week, and our mindset was answer. So right now we're into our final 3 games, final however many. So this time it was 1-0. We got to finish this game, and then Arizona State next week. So it's one game at a time. Dominate, because we know we can do a lot bigger things this season. We're not just stopping at bowl eligible. We're thinking bigger than that. So right now we're finishing our last 3 games and just going into every game with the right mindset.
And when you face a team, Cal's stood out because of their defense more so than their offense. Do you kind of look at that as like your defense is up against their offense, but you want to make sure that even though if your defense beats their offense, that also your defense beats their defense in a sense?
Yeah, anytime we step on the field, we're looking to be the most dominant. It doesn't matter if it's Cal. It doesn't matter if it's anybody else in the country. Anytime we step on the field, we're looking to be the best defense no matter what.
This year, obviously your last year. Tonight's win assures a winning season. You got 3 games left, obviously, but is there some sort of measure of satisfaction that you're leaving this place with 2 consecutive winning seasons when this program hasn't done much of anything in a decade?
This program has come a long way. Coach Smith has done amazing things. People have stepped up when they needed to step up. This has been years of just consistent, hard work to get to this place. So, for us to finally get to the point where we're winning and, we're doing what we expect to do around here, which is win, it feels really good, especially in, my last season, but the seniors before me and everybody here with us, it feels really good to win.
You mentioned, who you're playing next week. How about the week after that? Who you're playing then?
Yeah, we know who we got, but, it's one game at a time. Let's focus on beating Arizona State, and then, we'll get to those guys. All righty. Thank you.
Ben, when you have a defense that's playing as well as it did tonight, does that change the offense a little bit in that you just don't want to screw it up, I guess, or be a little bit more conservative?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, shoot, when you got a defense like that, it's a real help, just to the team overall, especially the offense. And I think just understanding as a quarterback when you got such a great defense like that is, limit the mistakes, limit the turnovers, be smart with the ball. But also you got to realize, like, shoot, we're trying to put points up on the board also. I think, in the second half there when we were, rolling and we were in the rhythm, I think we were attacking. And I think on offense you always got to have that mindset no matter how great your defense is we're trying to put points up on the board also. So, yeah.
It looked like early on, Brian was kind of emptying out the playbook. I mean, you had a lot of stuff going on those first 3 drives. Did you guys know that was going to be a big part of the plan? Is to go with a lot of the different formations and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we were repping them during practice and stuff, and I mean, I think it's we got some creative minds offensively, and it's fun to see those plays work out on the field. So yeah.
Ben, can you kind of just describe the connection you have with Trayshawn? I mean, you hit him 8 times today. You can go back to your first start at Stanford, the big play. What's the connection and the chemistry like in that combination?
Yeah, for sure. He's been a great receiver to throw to, and obviously his ability to make plays after the catch and his ability to get open. He's like a quarterback's best friend. I mean, shoot, he 8 grabs today, hell of a night for him, and it's great to see him make plays like that.
Ben, where are you at in terms of your confidence, running the offense and whatnot, and how comfortable are you kind of heading into this, final stretch and obviously the postseason potentially?
Yeah, I think with every game, you kind of refine your preparation process, and then when you're out there, and with every snap you take, you grow from those opportunities, and I'm just grateful to be in this opportunity, playing these games, and I look forward to finishing strong here.
Ben, you didn't throw to him that often tonight, but Gould had a punt return for a touchdown, a couple big catches. Talk about what he's bringing to this team.
Yeah, he brings, he's like such an explosive player for us, and huge plays for us. Returning the punt there and making that incredible catch from Coletto, who dropped a dime to him, and he's been making plays like that all year, and he's obviously a great player for us, and explosively we're lucky to have him in our offense. So
Ben, you lost a couple of O-linemen to injuries and had a couple redshirt freshmen come in and replace them. How did they do? How did your O-line do tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I got sacked tonight at all. So they did a great job up there. Those guys have been grinding all year long, and I was super grateful for all the work that they put in, and I love those guys up front, and they're just grinders. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. And we got a great group, and look forward to finishing the season strong with them.
You've really embraced the position that you're in right now. If you could pick one thing that has really just helped you get to where you are today, lead the team to another win, what would that thing be?
Shoot, I'd say my family. I mean, just kind of like all the, getting thrusted into, starting role, or like something I've never really for the first time into this season, and just the emotional support that they've had for me throughout the season. And, they've been my rock, and I love my family a lot, and I'm just really thankful for them. So,
I've seen your mom at a couple games. I know it's your mom because she looks exactly like you. But really, how have your teammates kind of helped you be able to kind of step up in big games like these and come out every single game kind of ready to go, ready to run an offense, have that leadership and confidence to do kind of whatever they ask you to? Yeah, no,
I love the culture here. I love my teammates, and we bring a real positive energy around here, and I love these guys, and I look forward to finishing strong the season with them. So yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
That pass from Jack, Did you think you guys were going to connect on it? In the air, it looked like it was going to be a little long, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. What did you think when it was in the air?
Oh yeah, I mean we've been practicing that all week, so we knew we had no choice to connect on it. I mean 4th and 1, and a gotta have a situation, we gotta connect on those. He put it out there a little bit far, so I had to run and get it, but we completed it at the end of the day, so I'm happy we got that one.
You knew this play was coming
Oh yeah,
today.
yeah.
I wonder if you go through the punt return, what happened on that, what you saw, and how you were able to pull that one off.
I mean, the 10 other guys on the field did their job, and it makes my job easy. A lot of people don't see what the other guys on the field, how much work they put in to be able to make the play even start. So, I'm credit to those guys for doing their job to make my job super easy. If you get something like that, you only got to make one guy miss. You just take it to the house. That's a credit to those guys.
When the other team is punting out of the end zone like that, do you feel like that might be the kind of opportunity that could lead to a return because they maybe do kick it lower?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, every punt you kind of have an idea of like, might have to fair catch this one or but I like to go into the mindset of I'm gonna take every one regardless. So when it's backed up, it's a little bit easier. But I like to have the mindset of I'm taking every punt regardless.
Some teams came out a little flat today, but you guys feel like continuously always have the same energy when you guys come out that you're going to go out, and it might not look pretty at first, kind of like that first play that Coletto threw to you, but you guys continue just to kind of push teams and just be almost relentless. How do you feel like you're able to come out and do that every single game?
I mean, it just matters to us a lot. We didn't have the result we wanted last week, and it hurts at the end of the day, but you got to move on. So we knew we had to come into this week prepared and rolling from the get-go. And it's something we've worked on all week, something we've worked on all season, all year. But we can still continue to improve offensively. But I think it's just this team cares a lot about football and about each other at the end of the day. So it's great to see everyone have the energy no matter who we play.
Specifically coming out in the first half, putting a lot of points on the board. That way you're kind of able to go into the second half. Would you like to see your team finish a little bit more, or is it at the point where you get, where you have it in the bag, you've done the hard work? Like, from your aspect, as a player's aspect, how do you see that?
I mean, we got to finish, end of the day. Now, I think we had a couple fumbles, a couple drives that resulted in field goals, should have been scores. But we got to finish. When we get down there in the red zone, we got to execute and we got to do our job. Football is a long game, especially college football. So, going into the half with the 21-point lead or 17-point lead, I'm not sure what we had. That's not enough in college football. There's still 30 more minutes to play. So, there's never really a moment where, like, we got it in the bag until the game's over. So, yeah.
You mentioned that you do still want to improve offensively. Just for these remaining few games, do you have any goals for yourself or your team specifically offensively?
Just win and execute. Execution has been something that we've kind of flirted on week to week. I just coming to these last couple of games, I want us to be consistent offensively as a whole. Everyone doing their job. It takes 11 of us out there. So, everyone just doing their job and executing. I'd say that's the biggest thing I want to see. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Ryan, did you think this was the best defensive performance you guys have had all season?
Yeah, I feel like we played well. We executed the game plan. They did everything they showed on film, and I feel like we executed well. Happened the whole week of practice. I feel like that was good.
Was there anything in particular you thought you threw at Cal that just kind of took them out of what they wanted to do?
I feel like our D-line did a good job. I mean, they got pressure on the quarterback, made him make some throws. I feel like we played an all-around good team win. I feel like it was just a good team win, yeah.
You got thrown into playing corner tonight for a while, didn't you? Have you done that much this season?
Not much. I played it a little bit against Colorado, but yeah.
Ryan, you've stepped into a major production role in this secondary in your first team or your first year in the program. How much fun has it been to not have to wait around and to not have to prove yourself, but to go out there week after week and be one of the leaders of this team?
I feel like it was good. I feel like they brought me in and they showed me the standard. And I feel like every day in practice, the veteran guys just keep bringing us young guys along. I feel like they raise the standard for us, and we just trying to match their energy. I feel like that's good for us.
Defensively, Ryan, from you guys, how much was there a desire to bounce back after last week? And obviously, you guys have played a lot better at home. Just talk about kind of the atmosphere tonight and getting back with a win.
It was just a tough loss on the road. Any loss in this league is tough. I feel like this win was big for us on defense. I feel like we showed that we could play with anybody. I feel like when we hitting our P's and Q's and executing the game plan, I feel like we're one of the best defenses.
Ryan, they only had 9 yards rushing the whole game, and I think under 200 yards total offense. Do you guys go into a game with a goal of what you're going to keep them to, scoring-wise or stat-wise?
We don't have a goal. We just want to execute the game plan. I feel like our game plan was to stop the run. That was big this week, stop the run. I feel like we did that. I feel like everybody was just executing the game plan well.
With your team's run game being on fire right now in practice, how has that kind of helped prepare you for teams that also really rely on run game?
Practice is always good on good, and our team runs the ball very well. I feel like we get the right fits, the right type of looks from the scout. I feel like we just execute the game plan and keep practicing versus a good run team ourselves. I feel like we're very well against the run. Thank you.
Okay, good to go. Really proud of the group. A good, solid win at home that you're really just proud in all three phases. Obviously, defensively throughout the night, challenging. Crowd helped, pressuring. Those guys did a great job. Really proud of the offense, especially in the second half. You know, that's good, proud defense that Cal's got, and some adjustments made it at halftime and came out in the first three possessions. We get 17 points, really separated the game. And then going into this thing, we felt on special teams we could make some things happen, and we did. Anthony Gould on the punt return. I thought we pressured the punt pretty well. Everett Hayes had a huge kick for us in the first half there. So a lot to like, and really liked a lot that we had some guys, go down and next man up, and rotating a lot of guys through on all three phases, and so really just proud of the group, proud of the effort, and really happy to get a win.
John, this is a pretty historic night in terms of yardage given up on defense. Did you feel like this was your best defensive performance of the season?
I felt like we played some pretty good defense throughout. It was definitely really good tonight, challenging. Those guys came out with some energy. The crowd helped. I thought the plan was solid to affect the passer, take away the run game, which we did, make them one-dimensional. And we did that with some guys going down, with Alex Austin not being able to finish. Ryan Cooper goes outside, plays corner. Jaden Granson, the nickel, and we got the two safeties. Jaden goes down. Keely Arnold comes into the game. Skyler and Catan in the back end. So really, really proud of the effort, and it was a good performance by those guys.
It looked like Brian threw a lot of wrinkles in there early in the game, like the first four series. It seemed like there was quite a few different looks. Was that a plan that you guys talked about early in the week, and why did you feel like?
Well, we knew we had to just have some wrinkles, show some different things. Cal's good on defense, and we've played this defense multiple years now, very familiar on both sides, and so we wanted to show some new stuff. We wanted to be able to distribute the ball more than we've done, and just pounding it with the running backs, and so. Early on the plan, but I thought they regrouped at halftime too and got to some stuff that was effective. We came out throwing the ball in the second half, and Ben was huge part of that. So I really proud of the offensive effort.
Pretty costly night injury-wise. What do you know about some of these guys?
Yeah, I don't know a ton. I know it's a long list of guys that left the game. I have not heard one that said, okay, the season's over for them. But we've got further examinations. We'll see how they feel them tomorrow, that kind of thing.
Jonathan, how proud were you of the way your team bounced back from what was really a difficult loss last week?
Yeah, we talked about it because that was a tough loss to a good team. It sounds like they played pretty good tonight. And, I go back to the leadership. This thing has been led by the players the whole time. These guys knew we got a lot of special things in front of us, great pride. They prepared really well. They love playing at home. So it didn't shock me that we played really well and enthused. Just really proud of them.
Between holding Cal to 9 rushing yards and then generating a lot more pressure on the quarterback this week, did you feel like the front seven maybe progressed week over week the way you had hoped after what it did against Washington?
Yeah, affecting the passer. And again, each team's different, each scheme's different. Playing at home's different than on the road. But we did, I thought, got around them, changed the looks up, showed pressure and dropped coverage, and then mixed in some pressure where it was effective. So happy with that effort.
Not a ton of yards from Ben, but just from the eye test, he seemed to be a lot more comfortable this week compared to last. Did you kind of see the same thing out there, and how good is it for him just to continue to get more and more experience under center?
Yeah, especially in the first half. There weren't a lot of yards there, opportunities, and, took care of the ball. Our explosive play in the first half was Jack Coletto throwing it, which was a huge play in the game. Another fourth down, we're going to go do this. These pictures we've been seeing against Coletto, everyone's loading the box, and so to take that shot, Anthony Gould comes up with a big catch. But second half, we felt like we needed to spread the thing out and throw it a little bit more, and Ben came out effective in the first 3 drives.
We look at the beginning of the season, Luke Musgrave went down, and then Chance. Your offense has really had to face a lot of adversity and has still continued to grow. I know you credit a lot of that to your next man up mentality, but how have they just really continued to, no matter who's in, continue to grow and learn every week?
Yeah, I think they're a tight-knit group, understanding that we've missed some pieces. Because Luke Musgrave, let's face it, going into this season was going to be a huge factor in our offense. Hasn't been around for quite a while. Lose your starting quarterback, rotate a few guys line-wise with Marco Brewer being down. Then we lost a couple even throughout this game. Needed some younger guys to come to the occasion. Jack Velling, a couple nice catches again tonight. Damian Martinez, obviously. And so they're a resilient group, and they're a prideful group. And each week, has it been great? No. But they kept on working, and they played really well tonight to get us the points we needed.
Ben's just done a really, really nice job. We've seen him grow, gain some confidence this week. What's one thing on the fields that you've seen him be able to do that maybe you didn't think or know was going to happen? And one thing off the field that you've kind of seen him do?
Yeah, I think on the field, where he's at currently versus maybe his first year or two here, recovery from maybe a poor play. You know, he'd linger on that poor play earlier when he was younger of having a mistake. And I'm going back to a lot of practice time. But now he bounces back. Things aren't going to be perfect out there. He understands it, and he moves forward. Off the field, I'll tell you, the guy's already graduated. I know the guys really like him. He's steady Eddie, and he's a great one to have in the building.
Jonathan, you had two offensive linemen go down, and bringing in two redshirt freshmen who hadn't played a lot. What kind of a job did they do?
Yeah, I'll have to watch the tape today exactly, but we had confidence. Tanner Miller's been working, and we're confident in getting him in the game. Tyler Morano, he's gotten a lot of reps. He was close to starting last week, the way Tully was dealing with some things during the week. And so we got confidence in those. Those guys work really hard. They've earned those reps. Really happy to get some other old linemen in the game late. And so I think the future's bright for that offensive line to continue to be pretty good.
When Chance Nolan went down, it was with the concussion protocol. That's what we were told. 2 months later, he's still not even suiting up. Will he be back? What was his situation?
It's pretty similar to when he went down. He's been working at it. It just has not gotten him to the point that he'd be cleared to play quarterback, because it is, the concussion neck piece moving around. He's getting closer, but it's not a lack of effort. He's wearing out that training room, so we'll just see.
You talk about Ben's effectiveness in this game, especially in the second half, but after what we saw last week, were you concerned about how he would be able to execute in tonight's game?
This idea of overcoming some disappointment, because we weren't nearly good enough in the passing game. And so he keeps battling. He went back to work. Even this first half, he's not lighting up the scoreboard. I thought he was a lot better on third down in the second half, and that's a confidence builder. And he's got some guys that make some plays for him out there, and he gave those guys some chances. His stats are even better if we catch the ball a couple times.
So moving forward into the next few games, do you feel more confident about how he's going to be able to perform after tonight's game?
Yeah, experience matters. We're confident that he'll continue to improve as he works at it. He played really well tonight. It was a huge part of this win, and we're going to need that the next two weeks. Thanks, guys.